Okay, hello. Welcome back to another day, to this beautiful Thursday. It is very nice outside, currently. Today we will continue The Council with the second episode, which is called, Where is My Mother? There we go. So yeah, chapter 5, episode 2. Let's just go into it, and there we go. Like for the same of yeah, there we go. Then the sound of the game is good.
How many times must I tell you?
There we go.
You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Well, yeah. Small recap. Small recap of what happened. So we were invited to can I equip two? Manuscript to equip. Oh, I can equip two, okay. Skill, logic, psychology. No, let me do politics first. So yeah, we were invited to Lord Mortimer's island, private island, with a bunch of other people. And well, we were invited to that island because our mother, who also was invited to that island, suddenly went missing. And by various circumstances, we were drugged by somebody who seems to be very mentally ill, and we kind of got framed for her murder. The council.
Is there nothing you want to say, Louis?
It wasn't me. I didn't kill her.
I'd much rather have met you under different circumstances.
Lord Mortimer, believe me, I'm very conscious of the gravity of the situation. Everything seems to point to me as the one who killed Elizabeth, but I swear I am innocent.
Out of respect for your mother, rest assured that I do want to believe you.
And all I want is to be able to prove it to you. When do we start?
We already have. Tell me, Louis, how do you feel?
Silly question, trapped like a rat.
I feel like a rat trapped in a maze.
Interesting.
I beg your pardon?
Sarah also felt like she was trapped like an animal.
Where are you going with this, my lord?
Sarah's behavior grew odd before her disappearance. Her attitude changed. She became prey to outbursts of violence and a number of temporary absences. I'm just trying to make sure that you don't go getting lost like your mother did.
You're not suggesting that I might have killed Elizabeth and that I don't remember, are you?
I don't know, Louis. It's just that what with your mother and now you, it's Rather a lot. The more I take stock of the situation, the more I'm under the impression that you've been set up. But, before going any further, I must inform you that Sir Gregory is about to arrive. He is coming to question you about the murder of poor Elizabeth, whom he was very fond of. He is quite determined to find the culprit, whomever they may be. So, convince him of your innocence. Then we can continue this conversation.
Okay.
William, I would like to see you a moment before we begin. In private.
Let's step outside a moment. Louis, this will only take a few moments.
First study or wait? Ooh. Ah.
All right, let's take this chance to look around.
Okay. Yoink this. Royal jelly, that's nice. That's a cool thing. We have that. Was it? Oh, I've already got full of Camerlite water.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
I feel like if I look at that, enclosed witnesses statement against Bonaparte and Willsborough statement and published when we ask. After all, whatever. Okay. When asked, did you notice anything strange about the evening? Monsieur Bonaparte replied, at daybreak I thought I saw someone on the balcony but couldn't see who it was. Statement Duchess of Hillsborough. When asked, what were you doing? I spent the evening with Monsieur de Richet's company. We admired the works exhibited in the Manor Gallery. While going up to bed, we ran into Miss Adams. I was tired. I left Monsieur de Richet and Miss Adams in conversation and went to bed. Asked, did you notice anything strange throughout the evening? Duchess replies, no, not that I remember. There we go.
Please, sit back down, Louis.
This
Come
sort
out of the
behavior
trial
is
innocent.
not working in your favor, young man. Monsieur de Richet, you were found standing over Miss Adams' body. We must shed some light on your responsibility in this tragedy. We shall then decide on your fate. But you must know that if you do not convince us of your innocence, it will cost you dearly. Now you are going to tell us everything that happened last night, without leaving any detail out. First things first, how did your evening begin?
Elizabeth asked to speak to me. I was with Emily. When is it, Elizabeth? Ooh. I was with Elizabeth
Duchess
when...
Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came upon us.
Oh, so you were with the Duchess?
Yes, we were talking. We were walking up the stairs, and it was late.
Where did you come from?
I don't remember.
Telling the truth, the Grand Hall. Light him. Should we be truthful? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, let's tell the
We
truth.
came from the portrait gallery, if I remember rightly.
That is what the Duchess said. Continue.
We were heading for our rooms when Elizabeth burst into the corridor, barely dressed. She was panic-stricken and insisted on speaking to me. So I found myself in Elizabeth's room. We sat down together. She insisted we have a drink, or she would refuse to confide in me.
What exactly did she want to speak about at such a late hour?
Sophia Mortimer. About her childhood with my mother. She claimed she saw my mother the evening before.
She was panicked. She claimed she had just seen my mother on the island.
Did she say where she saw her?
In a pontoon on the cliffs. In a cave. On the pontoon.
I seem to remember something about cliffs.
Let us continue. And what happened next?
Then she told me she had poured laudanum in my glass. The next minute I was on the floor. When I woke up, she was lying in a pool of blood.
That is all you have to say? You expect us to believe that you have no idea what happened to her?
Yes, because I'm telling you the truth.
How can you possibly expect us to believe you?
Gregory, we must consider every possibility. Louis, do you have any idea who could have done it?
My mother, I don't know. Jacques Peru. I mean, he was pretty angry towards Elizabeth. Truth is, I don't know.
Look, frankly, it's beyond me. I just don't know.
Monsieur de Richet, don't you think it would be in your interest to help us find another suspect?
Well,
why don't you ask him where he was last night?
Monsieur Peru, what would his motive be? Do you have any proof?
No, not exactly, but he'd already roughed her up once.
oh, what?
Monsieur de Richet, you should not accuse the first person to come along without at least some proof. I'm sure you are worthier than that.
Can you think of anyone else?
Let's finish this, William. I don't rightly know how we can give the benefit of the doubt to an individual who can manipulate the truth to absurdity.
Louis, unfortunately, you haven't managed to convince us. You will agree that you had the time and the motive to commit the murder.
What motive?
I am devastated, but I must agree with Gregory and declare you guilty.
What the fuck?
Gentlemen, if you please, wait. There is something else. Elizabeth ended up telling me why my mother had tried to treat her.
The voices in her head, is that it?
She spoke to you about them too, didn't she? Gentlemen, I'm not a doctor, but she was persuaded she heard voices in her head. You don't think she might have killed herself,
By
do you?
stabbing herself 9 times. I find that extremely unlikely, don't you?
What? Stabbed 9 times?
It appears that the murderer walked up and stabbed her several times from behind. We counted 9 gashes in all. All of them were relatively shallow, and they were all given from roughly the same angle of attack. Traces of blood appear to prove that she was standing throughout the attack.
Shallow slashes.
I might not have the strength of Hercules, but if I had stabbed a woman, I'd probably have made deeper cuts.
Sounds plausible. I have to admit, you put forward a powerful argument, Monsieur de Richet.
I
What?
think that will be all, Gregory. The benefit of the doubt suffices.
What? This makes no sense.
I would like to thank you for helping us shed light on what happened last night. To be honest, you are not the only suspect. I'm prepared to believe you were drugged. Our poor Elizabeth hid the stuff everywhere, and I could smell laudanum on you 3 yards away.
So you knew it wasn't me from the start?
We weren't sure. Louis, I am sorry, but everything points in the same direction. I only know one person on this island who might have had a big enough grudge against Elizabeth, who has no alibi, and whose behavior is, well, suspect. Not to mention dangerous.
Tell me what happened before my arrival. I think I've been patient enough.
You don't need us for any of this. So come along, Monsieur Peru. We are leaving.
Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
Isn't she missing?
She isn't missing, you know.
What? What do you mean?
My mother has left traces in every nook and cranny of your island, my lord. She's definitely here. Now, what worries me most is why she doesn't show herself.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me.
My other still arms. Why help a lieutenant?
Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
Absolutely no idea. Just looking for a buyer. A buyer for what?
She was looking for someone.
What do you mean?
In Paris, we were working on a smuggling case to do with occult objects. We had just arrested a dealer who intended to go to you to meet a buyer. My mother was here to find out to whom he intended to sell his stolen treasure.
Oh. What was the name of your
dealer? Von Borchardt?
The dealer was called Von Burchard. As for the buyer, he was unknown to us.
No, I don't know anything about that. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Maybe she's wary of someone. Might have discovered something.
Maybe she found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating. If she had picked up a lead, nothing would have stopped her.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
Enough about her. What of her disappearance?
Tell me about her disappearance.
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. she resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Okay. I get the feeling that he's definitely hiding
It's
something.
Just opposite Mortimer's study.
Go to the tower room. What? Where do I have to go? How do I change floors? Underground, exterior, garden, first floor, second floor, third floor, probably? Downstairs? No. It's opposite Mortimer's study. Is it like this room over there? Apparently. Okay. Ooh, nice harps. Look for clues. Got royal jelly.
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Okay. What is this?
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Okay.
What is
What
this
is that?
disc?
Take it. He says we must find a safer way to communicate and do someone to us. Okay. Lodestone. Let me see. Round magnet. Okay. Can't take more of that.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Shit, how? Next skill uses 3. Whoops. Whoops. Display immunities and vulnerabilities. Ah. Let me take this. Remember this
Here's
story.
Poland of the first Christians. St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
Okay. Water.
A ruble.
A ruble. Is there anything back here? No? Can I examine further the painting?
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Okay. There's not much to see around here. Find a safer way to communicate. Trust in my faith and the man with the sword. Trust in my faith, man with the sword. Is it back out? No.
The door appears to be locked on the other side.
Oh.
I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor.
Force the door, use the disc.
See if it works.
Sweet. I didn't know they would be made magnets in like in the 1800s. Okay. Hey Leos, how's it going?
Painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
I don't know. Number 11, okay. Oh, it could be 2 in Roman numerals.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Use the right key. Okay. I'll do that. Is it St. Paul again?
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew.
Oh, no, but
painted
never
by
mind.
Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Okay. St. Matthew. If it is something to do with fucking like religion and shit, I will not.
Several
I will not
portraits of
guess.
apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Okay. The paintings have been moved. Sophistria. Oh, it's just a book, okay. What do I know about this apostle?
St. John is known as the youngest of Christ's apostles. Well, we often give credit to St. John for having written about the apocalypse in the last book of the Bible.
Okay.
St. John, painted by Guido Rini.
Okay. So far, all the paintings are from the same
The New Testament.
painter. Gospel Acts. Because Paul. Stop reading and analyze book. Gutenberg Bible.
This book is incredibly precious. I believe this is the book my mother referred to when calling upon the Lord.
Okay. This Bible is
This
famous.
volume dates from the first edition of Gutenberg. It's the first book that was ever printed. The pages are covered in annotations in Latin, French, and Hebrew. Someone spent years studying this Bible.
Okay.
A volume of the Gutenberg Bible.
Okay. Oh god.
Let's come back later.
Yeah, because yeah, I do not have the patience for this right now. Okay, there's I mean, there's probably like something related to 11. Can I take this? No. Devil's Thorn. Okay, I guess we need to Sorrel, Book of Revelation. Corinthian, well, 2. Oh god.
How shall not the ministration of the Spirit not be more glorious?
Come on. Yeah, I think I need more clues because that is whoops. That is fucking horrible. And me having a headache right now isn't very very nice. My head. I don't think there is anything else here. Look for clues. Can I go back out? No. Fuck.
St. Paul painted by Guido. So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Okay. Pilgrims, figure 11. So I think I was somewhat correct. Paul. So the Corinthian. We did this one.
Now I pray to God that ye do no evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, for we are as reprobates.
Okay.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
A bunch of gibberish.
For we are unto God a sweet savor of Christ, in them that are saved, and in them that perish.
Okay. Oh no. Don't know. I feel like I'm close-ish, but I don't think there is anything else to see on here. I mean, it has to be, so... It has to be something with Paul. And pilgrims.
Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who think only of earthly things.
God damn. I don't know, this is... Oh my god, there's so much to read.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Is that Paul too?
Painting of Saint Mark from the collection of the Apostles by Guido Reni.
Yeah, that's Mark. I mean, so far all the paintings have the same painter.
Saint Paul painted by Guido Reni. Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
Okay.
So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
What figure?
St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
The pilgrims from Rome. I mean, there's the figure 11. Oh, epistle to the Romans. Oh! There we go.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Wait, a note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the 2 groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative, awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
Okay, so we know that this guy is the youngest apostle. Scrutinize the frame.
The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. But wasn't my mother said that she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle? Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting. On the 2nd day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Okay.
St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. Hey, wait! That means it's him. He's the youngest apostle.
Yes, we already knew that.
This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer.
Think about the code. Think about the figures. Let's use that.
They should add a companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their ranks. I imagine it applies to their code, the one Mother set up with the pilgrims. What's this? A group of pilgrims who Paul was talking to, and now John is telling them prophecies?
That doesn't help. Remember the aforementioned book. What?
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Do I need to put...
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni.
Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Okay. I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code with the 2 groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package, you know where, and hide it where. Okay, I'm waiting your reply, awaiting your reply hidden behind the young apostle. Can't you fucking move the painting?
It's St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
Okay.
That's right, St. John is often credited with writing about the apocalypse in the last book of the Bible. He's also known as the youngest of Christ's apostles.
Okay. Go back.
They should add a companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their ranks. I imagine it applies to their code, the one Mother set up with the pilgrims. What's this? A group of pilgrims who Paul was talking to, and now John is telling them prophecies?
So do I need to go back to the book, maybe? Gospel Acts. The Gospel Acts of the Apostles. Mark. Gospel according to St. John. Shit, what was it? 1 to the left and 3 to the right. Romans. There's no 1 and 4. One 8, 115. Pastoral, blah. John. 1 8, 1 4 13. 6 6. God, my Bible knowledge is absolutely terrible, so I'm just going off from the numbers. Revelations to John, James, Peter.
And ye know that he was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin.
Okay.
Let's come back later.
Oh shit. Luke, Acts of the Apostles. 2. But so far, there's not really anything else here, or that I can find or think of. I mean, even the Gospel according to John doesn't really match anything.
Now, there is a Jerusalem by the sheep market, a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches.
Okay. God damn, this is...
I guess I'll just come back later.
Maybe I'm just dumb, but... This is more complicated than I fucking anticipated. I'm sure it's something to do with this thing. All the clues left in the Bible by your mother in the Bible. God damn.
They should add a companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their ranks. I imagine it applies to their code, the one Mother set up with the pilgrims. What's this?
Wait.
The group of pilgrims who Paul was talking to, and now John is telling them prophecies?
No, I'm dumb. It's... So, 11:11 turns into, like, 12:14 or something like this. Let's see. Is there 12... 11... Is there like a 12:14 somewhere? Let's see, John... 12:14. Hey!
And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and a half a time, from the face of the serpent. Hey, a new note. It's been folded carefully in the corner of this page. The writing, it's not my mother's. S. I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel? What does that mean? Oh, it's probably the place where she was expecting to get the location of the next note.
Okay, so it turns out I'm just an idiot, and it was rather simple. So he who hears the angel, so it's this guy. Look at the frame.
There's something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
Half of each group will join the city of Corinth. So Corinthians. Six and 7.
Now, therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law with one another. Why do ye not rather suffer injustice? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Ah, look, here's a message.
Yes.
It is of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
Okay. 6. I follow the first group to Mark. Will reveal the answer to them. Was that Mark? Observe
Painting of Saint Mark.
Yes.
From the collection of the Apostles by Guido Reni. There's nothing worth noticing here.
Okay, nothing on the frame. Like the surroundings. Organize the chest or drawer. Examine the candlestick. Painting behind. Behind the painting, sorry.
Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew.
Ah shit, I have none. I have nothing.
There are finger marks. Deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all.
Okay. 6-8. Mark 6-8. Would that be?
It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
Okay.
No, nothing of value here.
Okay, 6-8 maybe. Saint Mark. There's no 6-8. Uh, 6-11, 10-8. Or 8-6. 8-6 or 3-8. Is that?
How shall not the ministration of the Spirit not be more glorious?
No, okay, that wasn't it. Book of Revelation, James, Peter, John. Yeah, you can only access Mark through the Gospel. I'll leave. I'm able to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark. Will reveal the answers to them. Ooh. So it was 6. Yeah, it must be like 6-8.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Has to be like 6-8 because there's, well, there's 8 fingerprints.
There are finger marks. Deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all. Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew.
Yeah, I can't really do that. What was it? To the Romans. I think it was. I saw. Oh, Epistle to the Hebrews. 6-8.
But
there we go.
that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Here's a message. There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
Okay. When Paul understood that only axe counted, he went back on his stride. I wait for the confirmation to his left. The company of the pilgrim that have joined him. That was Paul, yeah?
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
Not evangelist. Inspect the painting. His left. Oh. What is that?
Amber crystals.
Oh, never mind. Or to his left. Is it in this room again? No, there is no apostle paintings here. Shit.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome.
Yeah, okay,
That's
just telling me the same shit.
Painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
God damn it. Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening. So 6-8. Did a Prussian insistent opening at your end? Do you need help tonight? Blah, blah. When Paul understood that only the acts counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left. In the company of the pilgrims that have joined him.
For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
Okay. Await your confirmation to his left. To Paul's left. And the confirmation. To Paul's left. St. Mark, St. John. Fuck. Using our instructions, blah blah blah. Round of importance. So, epistle to Hebrews 6:8. Fuck. Do I need... Okay. The Hebrews. This. I don't think it's any of these. The Philippines. Thessalonians. This maybe? 1139 by 14. Okay. God damn it, I keep clicking on the wrong thing.
Guess I'll just come back later.
The apostle that have joined them. Do they... Oh, no, it's not the apostles, it's... The, Fuck. The pilgrims. God damn. When Paul understood that only acts counted, he went back on his tracks. Is it around here, maybe? Was that a painting of St. Paul?
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
I'm in the painting...
St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come?
Okay.
This painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust has built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4.
Okay, number 4.
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
So it's 4 something. Or 11, maybe? Back on his track. Await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Romans.
For we
This
know
one?
that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
No, okay. There's nothing with 4. There's nothing with 4 here, so I doubt that would be anything. 2-2.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting.
Okay, no. Seven 1 5 deuce 2 6 5 2. There's nothing with 4 inside of this. Well, it's 1914.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting.
St. John, so maybe St. Mark to his left.
And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet.
Oops.
And behold, there cometh one of the
Oh,
rulers
shit.
of the synagogue, Jairus by
We
name.
clicked on twice
And
on
when
the
he saw
same
him,
one.
he fell at his feet.
God damn. This is yeah, maybe I'm just an idiot, but
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan.
okay. Revelations to John. 4:13. Oh,
Hereby know that we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his Spirit.
no, okay. And that could have been a thing. Or to the left of, I know it's St. Paul. Shit. .418.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Okay, that wasn't it. Uh, the Romans.
I guess I'll just come back later.
God damn. Epistle of Paul, Epistle to the Hebrews. 6:8. So it's Paul understood that only acts counted when back on his track. Await your confirmation to his left. In the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Am I being stupid? Am I like trying to overthink this?
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio. This painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust is built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4.
Okay. There in the painting, yeah. Read the number 4. But I don't get the meaning what... I await your confirmation to his left in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Is it in the other book? It's Dante's Paradise.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Is there something I'm not seeing? We found the magnet on the floor over here. His left. And his left is over there. Realistically. Are you telling me to go out? His left. 3? Is it the candle lights? 6? Oh, it can't be the candle lights, there's like way too many. In the south room, we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only acts counted, he went back on his track. So we went back on our track. We found the number 4 onto the thing. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11.
So 411?
What's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Not an evangelist. Paul, Romans 3:11.
There is none that understandeth. There is none that seeketh after God.
Acts. Luke, Matthew, Acts of the Apostle. There's no 4:11 or 11:4. St. Luke. We're looking to Paul. Hebrews. Or 8. I think I already read that.
Brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Okay, was that? When Paul understood. There's no thing.
Then they suborned men, which said, We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against God.
Okay. God damn. I can't seem to think of like the last. What would be the last thing? The Acts of the Apostle. That would like. When Paul understood that only Acts counted, that would give you a clue on like the Acts of the Apostles. Went back on his track. So we went back to the painting. I wait your confirmation to his left. His left. In the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. It was 11. It's 4:11 probably, or 11:4. I mean, I can't think of anything else, to be honest.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Yeah, let me go and double check.
St. Paul painted by Guido Rini.
Two faces of the same saint.
Strange. St. Paul is shown twice, unlike the other disciples.
Okay. Inspect the painting.
St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
So wait, do we... Wait. So it was 11:11.
Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply. Hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
And there is no... I didn't see any 22.
And suddenly
This?
there came a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting.
God, I cannot think of the Corinthians 122, 620. And there's definitely like 22s and shit like this, so it wouldn't be out of the question. Pre-11. There's no 411. Even less 422. $214, no. What I just looked at. One four. Plus 1 514. James. Wait. It's Mark on the other thing. Saint Mark. 7-1. 1422.
And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed it and broke it and gave it to them and said, "Take, eat. This is my body."
God, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. I think I'm just gonna look up the. I'm gonna look up what's to his left. And to the left of the painting. Well, over there is my left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Can I blow onto it? Just like in the fifth element. To unlock it, to unlock the stone of air. Yeah, I don't know. I am kind of stumped because I do not understand. So we are going to kind of cheat, but it's okay because yeah, I kind of give it a fair shot in my opinion. And yeah, I'm probably too dumb to understand. Right, let's see. Right. Let's see. Let's see if I was even close. The last riddle says when Paul understands that only axe counted, he went back on his track. Where do you la la? She mentioned axe. Referred to the axe of the apostle, okay. And she said in company of the pilgrims have joined in. Well, the number of pilgrims you get from the previous riddle is 8. But the only answer, putting all the conditions, is chapter 10 verse 8. What? Whoa, okay, that is... Holy shit, that is a very, very tough thing. That is very tough. In the other room, there is a painting with a clue. There's number 4. The previous answer was chapter 6, verse 8. So if you add that 4 to the left, number 6 becomes 10. Ah, god damn. Okay, that wasn't clear at all. Acts of the Apostle, it's a 10-8.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they were made ready, he fell into a trance. Hey, there's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
It's allegorical, probably literal. very
Guessing it's
allegorical.
a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Okay. That was kind of a semi-fiasco. Did not understand my mother's message. I found all the correspondences between... discovered my mother's message. Okay. Items found, character met. Reads unlocked, okay. Okay, we have a bunch of shield. Could do science. We could do subterfuge a bit because this is used a lot. Or we could do that. Politics. Do that. Subterfuge seems to be quite a good thing to have. Okay, that's done. That's done. Did you have any questionable beverage this time? No. Hello, Tarja. We didn't drink anything this time. I'm just very dumb. Because I just spent like fucking, I don't know, like 30 or 40 minutes on one enigma, but in my defense, it was quite convoluted.
It's time I went back and joined everyone in the small salon.
Okay. So we need to go back down into the small salon. Well. Alright.
Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis?
I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
She
Look,
died.
I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
It must have been Emma I saw in my vision.
I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay.
Speaking about the messages. So E would have been Emma. Okay. Ask her to go beyond the nightmare. Speak about
They
the
kept
message.
up a secret correspondence, which makes me think they were suspicious of someone.
And did you find out who it was?
No, but von Volner is mentioned. They were planning to make a quick getaway and were looking to hide something beforehand.
Have you got these messages?
Yes. Go ahead, take a look.
I see. I must say, thanks for your honesty, Louis.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
So, you don't know this, Tarja, but when at the start of the game, we had when coming in this location, we had a vision of this person, which is Elizabeth, but she has a twin sister, and we had a vision of our mother shooting her twin sister, and she is here to find out what happened to her twin sister because she only knows that she's disappeared. So, if you want to make this decision, that either we tell her about our vision of us seeing our mother shooting her twin sister, or do we keep quiet? If you want to make that decision, feel free to. I think personally, we've been pretty honest with her so far. So I personally would tell her. Ugh. But yeah. I mean, I don't think she would like hate us to if we told her that. I mean, the risk is that when we find our mother, she tries to kill our mother, which I mean is less than optimal. Yeah, well, looks like someone who holds grudges pretty easily. Better tell her. All right.
Emily, there's something else.
Go on then.
It's about your sister. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I can. It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book, so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
Yep. Does she know why? Who spoke to her about it?
How did you find out?
Sir Gregory told me on my arrival.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see. Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
Okay, so that's good. That's good. We gained the trust of Elizabeth.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
Okay. Who is it?
Who is this charming character?
Manuel Godoy, the Duke of La Alcudia.
He's the head of the Spanish government, Monsieur de Richet. He's the one who, in practice, controls Spain.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds!
Really, Duke Manuel?
Dios
What's
mío.
made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined. What?
Oh, no.
The King of
Yep.
France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before. How dare they?
Oh, dear.
Oh, as if it...
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous. Bastard. He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote. Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Calm down. Think of the consequences for the order. This one.
If I remember rightly, what Mother told me one night, King Louis was secretly also part of the Order. I wonder what impact his death will have on us.
Sad news, sir.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richer.
Are you related to Sarah de Richer?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you, too. Of course.
Yes.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
What is he waiting for? Does he have feelings for her? No time for that. Tell him what you found out.
Hear you speak, it sounds like you and my mother were close.
Let's say I hold your mother in high esteem, yes. We were even planning to work together.
That's what he was getting at.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
This is why he's so interested. Prompt him to talk about it.
The cat's out of the bag now. More or less, but please do refresh my memory.
Yes, of course. Nothing of great importance in itself. During one of our discussions, she spoke of an old book, which might have been of interest to me, and she had agreed to let me have it.
A book about what?
Ancient occultism. As you are aware, I am a doctor of theology. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
Looks obsessed. He does look obsessed. String me along, no.
The least one can say is that he doesn't beat around the bush. Sarah never travels without a few books. What does the one you're looking for look like exactly?
It resembles a grimoire. It's divided into 7 parts, each one individually locked. It was made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. It's a unique copy. There's only one.
The mere mention of it makes his face light up. Well, I'll take a closer look, but I can't promise you anything. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchet in Paris. Do you know him?
Absolutely not. Yes. Of course, why? Let's say yes.
Indeed. My mother and I had a brush with this individual just a few months ago.
What about?
About an object stolen from the Order a few years ago, which my mother wanted to recover.
This situation comes as a great surprise to me.
I got him now. I hope I've been able to satisfy your curiosity, Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Volner. You're the one who von Burchert was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, all those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Let me guess.
Mortimer Holm, the King of Prussia. I kind of want to say Holm.
Your dear king, I should think.
What? You mean Frederick William? Oh, my poor fellow. You are miles away. That stupid, pretentious puppet wields no real power. But seeing as you do not wish to be serious, so be it. Good luck to you.
Yeah, I think it's Holm. Okay, find out more clues about your mother's note. Could we speak to Napoleon?
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
May we? Ask about the nightmare. His opinion about
What do you
Godoy.
think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
Oh, oui.
Meaning?
This gentleman enjoys people talking about him for too many reasons. His undeserved titles, more than 10 in just 4 years, and each one more prestigious than the one before.
You don't think he deserves them?
If I had seen him on the battlefield, there might be some doubt. But that is not the case. The Queen would rather not risk losing him, so she consoles him with awards and titles.
So you don't have a very positive opinion?
His coveting French Catalonia does not encourage me to have one.
I understand your point of view.
Tell me more about the... No, ask him about the nightmares.
Does expression go beyond the nightmare mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed. That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
Oh, oui. Alright, is anybody else in here? No, I don't think so. Ooh, what is this? Oh, we can open this.
A pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Yes, use the key. Oh!
Alright, I've retrieved everything.
Golden elixir.
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Okay. I don't think there is anything else here. We could probably just go out, right? Yeah. I kind of want to speak to Elizabeth again. Can we go out?
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Indeed. Can we go in here? Oh, yes. What is the Pope? Oh, the Pope, the Cardinal.
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
Well, he was bleeding the people dry, so... The king made things worse all by himself.
Your Eminence, I'm sorry for King Louis, but he did everything to put himself there.
Louis, how can you say such a thing? Even if France rejects the church, you don't go and behead a person of high status. They always serve our cause better alive than dead. Politically, it's absurd.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Well, I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
Yeah, let's ask him
If I
about
say
this.
the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
A connection with anything... With anything here. A place or an object.
Well, I mean, if it were a place or an object found on this island, what would you think of first?
The nightmare. No, I don't see anything. I'm sorry.
Well, that's too bad.
Ah, wait. I suppose it might be that horrible painting hanging in Lord Mortimer's study.
Pretend not to be that interested. Right. Well, don't worry about it. I was just curious. I'm sure a man like you is in the circle of trust. Would you know what the conference that Lord Mortimer mentioned is going to be about?
Not really, my son. Well, be it Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory, we are never informed about the theme of the conference before it begins.
Okay.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your time.
You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Hey. This... Oop, we can just cure everything. Go to Mortimer's study. Okay. I know where. I do know where that is. I probably should take one of these. There we go. Go back up. And I think it's over there. Can I go into Napoleon's room? No. Can't go in here either. Oh, Elizabeth.
What do you want, Louis?
What do you think of our last guest?
Well, I never thought I would get the chance to meet that Hispanic Casanova in the flesh. His reputation is well known. The gentleman collects lovers, including, would you believe it, the Queen of Spain.
God damn.
I doubt that Lord Mortimer invited him for his charm, if you want my opinion.
Okay.
Emily, what can you tell me about the coming conference?
Sir
it's
Gregory
Emily,
and
not
Lord Mortimer
Elizabeth.
organize this kind of high society meeting every so often in order to consider the world situation.
But to what purpose?
Well, by bringing together the most influential people from the dominant nations of the modern world, they allow the mighty to discuss matters with calm clarity. There are precedents of armistices being signed at the end of these talks, you know. Talking while holding a glass of brandy makes things easier. You'll see.
Okay.
You're leaving me?
Unfortunately, I have things to do. Thank you again, madam.
Yes. That was rather unfruitful. An unfruitful discussion.
So, what did my mother mean by going beyond the nightmare?
It is extremely dangerous. Having a fucking big ass hole at the end of stairs like this. What the actual fuck?
The Book of the Mortimer family.
Okay. So what painting, which one of these paintings was he talking about? One maybe?
It's a book on the history of the Crusades. I don't think it has any connection with my research.
Any comments?
It looks like a war painting. Oh, it's dated.
Okay.
No, what have we got here? Oh, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it.
Oh, that's probably grains for the bird. Let's see.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
Ah!
Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere.
Aha, okay. So the painting moves. A bunch of grapes.
That's what you generally feed birds.
Okay.
Might come in handy.
What's in there?
Looks like a closer look.
Dates. Oh, it's chocolates.
Judging by the shape, I'd say they're Criollo cocoa beans. The chocolate of the Mayas, the rarest of the beans. Some even say they're an aphrodisiac. When a product is in fashion, people attribute all sorts of virtues to it, not to be given to animals.
I can take some.
Chocolate beans, very bitter. They're greatly prized in high society.
Okay. Read. Oh. Aha.
Aha, I found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great. That's all I needed.
Not numbers again, please. Watch the rollers. Move may lower the levels. Lower the lever.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
5, 6. Okay. What is this?
A painting depicting the Third Crusade. It's titled Winter Before the Fall of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Oh. Situate the scene. Analyze the scene. Okay, never mind. Take one of these. Leviathan, okay.
William Alexander Mortimer I, the 12th month of Anna Lucis, 5190. That's a funny date.
Okay. 5180, 90. Could it be that easy? can I get them at... Go. On 0. Oh, shit. Come on.
Damn it.
Fuck.
Doesn't work. 5,190. I was pretty sure it was right. Maybe I didn't use the right dating system.
The right dating system. Oh god.
Coup de Lance by Paul Rubens.
Yeah, let's analyze the
Christ
painting.
on the cross as Longinus pierces his side with his spear. Rubens. He was a great painter.
Okay. Was that a hint game?
This painting isn't finished. And it looks like Mortimer probably did it. Not bad, but you can't exactly say it's been done in the style of the period. History of the First Crusades by Pierre Amédée de la Salle. Strange. All the dates are all wrong. They indicate events that took place in the year 5000 and something? Wait, did I miss something?
What?
The famous call from Pope Gregory VIII in his Audita Tremendi bull of 5187. Oh, the crusade where Richard the Lionhearted distinguished himself. It states the first sea blockade of Saint-Jean d'Acre was broken in the 12th month of 5190 AL, whereas the siege had been going on for 2 years.
Oh god.
The Crusades took place not long after the year 1000. Here all the dates say 5000 and something. I'm guessing this dating system begins 4,000 years before the calendar that we use. Yet, I'm getting the feeling that there's something else, another small detail, but what is it?
Oh god. Link the authors to dates.
The famous call of Pope Urban II. 20 years after the capture of Jerusalem from the Arabs by the Turks, Urban II convened the council. He promises a plenary indulgence to Christians who go and get Jerusalem back from the Turks. The result, the Jewish community on the road to Jerusalem found itself persecuted for no reason. 12,000 Jews would perish, not to mention the massacre of Ma'ara, where acts of cannibalism by Frankish crusaders were reported, or even the capture of Jerusalem, where approximately 30,000 were left dead. It signaled the beginning of centuries of wars of religion.
Okay.
Or how Louis VII, King of France, eager to be pardoned for the death of thousands of innocent people in the fire of the Church of Vitry, convinces the Pope to authorize him to lead his own crusade. The result, in Germany, a new outburst of violence against the Jewish community, and a monumental fiasco by poor Louis VII, cuckolded by his wife's uncle.
Okay. What's this? Dear Mr. Guido Politi, I'm writing with regards to the dates of the painting that I sent you for our temporary exhibition. Please note that they are part of my private collection and are dated according to the Freemasons calendar AL, in use at the time. As you may well have guessed, you must remember to subtract 4,000 years if you don't want the public to be surprised at the date of the works. No need to remind you that the Freemason year AL begins in March, not January. About the Longinus painting, I took the liberty to have the spear touched up so it better corresponds to the actual spear. I cannot urge you strongly enough. The same for yours. Yours sincerely, Lord William Alexander Mortimer, Marquis of Westshire. Okay. Accounts of the year 1792. Remember? God damn. 13,000 pounds of powder. What the fuck? Corinthian marble, wood candles, wood. Almost 10,000 pounds of wood. Master paintings. It must be the so 4,000 if what? So this?
Doesn't work, damn it. I really thought I was close. 1,190. Looks like there's a marker on number 1 on the second roller.
There's a marker, so this is the correct one then. What did he say?
Doesn't work, damn it. I really thought I was close. 1,190. Isn't the right date when you subtract 4,000? I must have missed a subtlety.
Well, yeah. Fuck.
A painting depicting the Third Crusade. It's titled Winter Before the Fall of Saint-Jean d'Acre. I get the impression I've seen that before. In fact, I've read something on the Crusades before in the study. He clearly loves the subject.
Can we feed the bird?
A mina bird.
Lord Mortimer asking for the code.
Tell me the door code.
Give him the red berries.
Tell me the door code. Here I am talking to a bird. Shame on me.
Oh. A coin. So this is yeah.
Alexander Mortimer the First, the 12th month of Anno Lucis, 5,190. That's a funny date. That date in 5,000 is something again. I wonder what in the world it means.
Okay. So, oh wait. Oh shit. What did he say about the Freemason calendar? Like it started in what month? And not in January? It begins in March. Not January. Starts in March, yeah. God, do I have like to subtract? Ah. Fuck. Do I have to well, no, that wouldn't make sense because I'm assuming that the Freemason calendar is still 12 months. So, in numbers, it wouldn't It wouldn't really change anything.
William
Right.
Alexander Mortimer I, the 12th month of Anno Lucis, 5,190. That's a funny date.
So the 12th month. So the 12th month would be February. So good. Do one less year here. So 89.
Still not working. I get the impression I counted the wrong way. It must be 1 year more then, right?
Ah. What? Oh yeah, the 12 months. Yeah, no, that is... Okay. Just close enough, close enough. I'll take it. We're gonna find Emily again.
Let's see what you've been hiding.
Yes, Miss Cleavage. Yes. The lady with the bountiful bosom. God, there's a lot of shit to see and read. Holy fuck. Dear Lord Mortimer, I am writing to you to ask you to persuade President Washington to not sign the Fugitive Slave Act as it stands. We must absolutely legislate on a national level and not allow every state to choose their policy regarding slaves. It was initially intended to resolve a conflict between Pennsylvania and Virginia. By signing it, we risk legislating the hunting of blacks. Damn. This is a pretty loaded subject. More and more men of little faith are becoming slave hunters, and unable to find any slave on the run. They kidnap the first black they come across, which they pass off as a wanted runaway. The situation threatens to quickly degenerate. Thank you in advance. Your friend John Adams. P.S. Say hello to my daughter, Miss for me, which is now dead. Okay. My lord, I hope this letter reach you. My hours are numbered. My printing house has been confiscated and I am imprisoned in the fortress of Schlesselberg. Probably somewhere in like the old Germany. If by chance you could intervene in my favor, I could be eternally in your debt. The Tsarina, or maybe it's in like Russia, or well, it's probably Prussia. The Tsarina Catherine would not be long in banning all Golden Order lodges from her territory. Her horizon has become considerably darker. Nikolai Novikov. It definitely sounds more Eastern than German. It's a map of Africa.
It shows the forces present in Africa. This is unexpected activity in this sector. It looks like there are also many unknowns, even for Mortimer.
Okay. My dearest Lord Mortimer, I regret to inform you that it will soon be impossible to ignore the pressures of the Russians. So it was Russians. Okay. The Tsarina Catherine has every intention of supporting the Count of Provence and will recognize him as the regent of the Kingdom of France. Once King Louis has disappeared from the political stage, I am sorry to announce bad news, but expect dark times ahead. Your friend Elfriede Bauer. Okay. What is this? Asia? Southeast Asia? Yeah.
A fine-looking map of the Orient, indeed.
Okay. So shit's going down in the world. As one would expect. Where's this one? My dearest Lord Mortimer, as a friend of China, rest assured that you will be rewarded for your information. You need not worry about any scheming against us from Great Britain. The representative, Mr. McCartney. Okay. Mr. McCartney will leave with no hope of any arrangement involving us. A friend, Emperor of the Qing Dynasty. Probably dare not to pronounce this word, this is his name, because I probably will butcher it. Okay. William, whatever your projects, it would seem that our father is against leaving you with a grip in Europe, not gripe. Russia will soon commit itself to the coalition against your dear France, sorry. Don't think you can resist for long. I beseech you, William, do not persist. You are tearing our family apart, your loving brother G. P.S. I shall come to your conference, but do you think that holding it at the present moment is conducive? Ah. What is this time? France? Oh, Europe in general, yeah.
It shows the forces present in Europe. It's clear that France is surrounded by her enemies.
Indeed.
However, a large number has been underlined in bold. 26 million. I know what it is. It's an estimation of my country's population. All our neighbors have far fewer inhabitants.
Okay. My dear friend, thank you for your word, and I do understand your situation. I regret having to confront you militarily, but if the situation obliges me to declare war, then do what you think fit. Under your advisement, and with a weary heart, I am off to meet up with a coalition that opposes you. In hope of serving you again, George, King of Hanover, King of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. King George. Did I read this? No. My dear friend, as desired, have been able to gather together my friends to sign the agreement you proposed. This agreement shall be known as the Buttonwood Agreement. If you recall the place where we gathered when you met us for the first time, you will understand why this name was given. Please find enclosed a list of my colleagues. Blah 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 blah. Broad Street, Queen Street, Pearl Street, Hanover Square. Duke Street, Water Street. Probably places in somewhere in the Great Britain. Thanks to your help, we shall soon be able to meet at my place, Tontine Coffee House. Hugh Smith. What? Yeah, he's in the list. Okay. Ooh. Okay. My dear friend, with thanks for your service rendered and help in the fight against the Spanish and the conquest of Oran, a ship bound for Marseille in France has been chartered. Sorry, not shattered. Hidden abroad. hidden aboard. Jesus. Hidden aboard are a few corpses infected with the plague. Oh, I know that. I know that story. Infected with the plague that is decimating our country at this moment in time. Be very careful when handling these boxes because if inadvertently opened, you risk spreading the disease all over France. Mohammed Al-Kabir. So yeah, the actual, well, contamination of the plague in France started in the port of Marseille. And yeah, it was absolutely terrible. I do not remember exactly the details of the story, but yeah. It was actually kind of a real thing. The gift has been delivered. Timur Shah Durrani, King of Afghanistan, of Punjab and Sindh, of Mashhad, and of Kashmir, should not retain his title for much longer. His son, Zaman, will succeed him as planned. We will then be able to resume negotiation. Okay. This is a map of Latin America. Oh, both, actually.
This shows the forces present in America.
Okay. Is he planning like fucking world conquest? Oh. King of 5 different places, because king of one country isn't enough. Well, the thing is that this region in particular, like Pakistan, Afghanistan, and like India and shit like this, like went through a lot of turmoil. And I can't remember the dates exactly, but I know that after Pakistan, for example, I know that Pakistan was founded after India got their independence from the British. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and basically there was like a moment in Indian history where basically they got the Hindu the Hindu religion. Be a chat king and go. Now you stand united under my banner. Never gonna backfire. But yeah, like at some point in Indian history, I know that the two different religion in India, so Muslim and Hindu, got like segregated, and basically Muslim Indians formed Pakistan, and Hindu Indians went into the rest of India. I know that region is basically a gunpowder barrel waiting to explode again. Yep, very much. And like, I mean, it is kind of very fitting because there's a lot of lot of tensions between Pakistan and India at the moment. But yeah. Let us see if you have the courage to face me alone.
This is my mother's writing. I picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where?
Hey, that was the sword.
All she's left for Mortimer is this stone sword. It must be intentional. It looks like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from.
It's just like any place colonized by the UK. I mean, you're kind of not wrong. Okay, let's... oh god, there's so much to see. Holy shit.
Preservation using formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever.
Was that a brain? Another book. De Humani Corporis whatever.
Something strange about this table.
Examine the equipment.
What kind of experiments does Mortimer carry out here? It's a dissection table. So Mortimer does autopsies. Here on his desert island. But who is he doing autopsies on then?
I don't know, man. I have... yeah, this. Either it could be replaced by any other country. Never... but I will never miss... yeah, it's the occasion to slap on the UK. Yeah. I mean... as we say in French, c'est de bonne guerre. Examine the material.
Looks like obsidian or onyx. It must weigh a ton.
Okay. Is it like Sanskrit or whatever it's called in English?
These are feathers. Pigeon, probably.
Okay, pigeon
A
feathers.
skeleton by the name of Gustav, if the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by. Mortimer's given a name to his anatomy skeleton. That's morbid.
Missing a hand.
His right hand is missing.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. No, it can't be that. Come on. Come on, like... okay, so at the start of the game, we had a vision where we saw our mother shoot Emily's twin sister, Emma, and our mother was missing a hand, which coincidentally was her right hand, if I remember correctly. It would be a wild thing if that was the skeleton of our mother. Dear Lord Mortimer, as agreed, I have changed your old lock for one of my inventions. Drawing inspiration from your doctor friend, Mr. Guillotin. Here's the model of your new lock. If you appreciate my prototype. It is difficult to imagine how it all fits together, but it will be located in the middle of the present door. Okay. Of the present door. The aim being to alter nothing of the door's functionality, but to add a bit of spice. Depending on the lineup of the wheels, the aforementioned lock will open, or while pushing the snooper whose faith is strong enough. Call the invention judgment of faith. Because if a snooper is unable to resist opening it, he will be punished. JTRPG software got updated, changed their UI, just I got used to it. Time to relearn everything. Very bold to speak about spice to Brits. But yeah. They only traded them. Never cooked with them. That I can tell you. I call it by invention. Okay. I hope you'll appreciate the irony of the situation. Gustave Montrand, Master Architect. Imagine conquering the countries with most of the spices and not fucking use them. Yep. Yes, indeed. Dear friend, who is the most formidable of all Olympians? None other than King of the Gods, of course. Unlike his father Kronos, he learned to make equal use of his strength and wisdom. Instead of fearing the power of his children and brothers, he accepted to share the world with them. Men fear his thunder and praise his justice. He reigns, but doesn't dominate. Speaking about Zeus. Whoa. Big black...
That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages.
Okay. Oh.
An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
Is that a reference to... oh, that's a painting. That's also a famous painting. I can't remember the name of it. But is the Iron Mask a reference to the well, the Iron Mask Man or whatever it's called in English? Again, I don't know. But it was like with Louis XVI or something like this, or 14th. I can't remember. This is the Roi Soleil. I think it was 14th. With the very this very quite good film with DiCaprio, where DiCaprio plays King Louis, and he has a twin brother which is like nice, and the other twin is like fucking evil. And you've got like the Musketeers and shit. It's quite a good film. Dear Lord Mortimer, be assured of my entire devotion. As agreed, the Vendée peasantry will soon rise up. My network is striving to increase the pressure on the masses. The decision of the Assembly, which consists of voting the civil constitution of the clergy, is inflaming the region. The people overwhelmingly reject the priests and swear loyalty to the state. Yeah, okay. If you would ensure that the convention will administer the final blow to the people, the issue will be resolved. Without wishing to direct you, I forced recruitment for a faraway conflict would be perfect. Way to arouse the people definitively. The devoted son François Athanase, Charrette de la Contrie. Okay. Sounds like revolution is in the air. A key with a occult fire symbol, okay.
Am I seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope? Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science. Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those.
A chest with the motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Okay, use the key. Ah, shit. Take that.
The table of alchemical elements. So,
oh god.
Lord Mortimer also studies alchemy? It seems like he's interested in everything.
Ah. Dearest friends, our plans to go ahead wonderfully are going ahead wonderfully well. The Coinage Act has been voted. Our project of founding the very first Bank of America should not be delayed and will probably be called a Union Bank. As for the construction of the White House, it is still die to begin in October. Still die to begin. Okay, that's a use of that word I didn't know. I will accept no delays. You can trust me on this. I hope to see you soon, Thomas Jefferson, Secretary of State. Okay, we have the table left.
3 rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long.
Might these be some of the nails used for crucifixions?
Skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for. I'm a little surprised at Mortimer. I didn't seem as the type to be organizing little pagan parties, invoking occult powers, and dancing naked under the full moon. I'm more used to seeing cheap charms like this sold by charlatans in Pré Saint-Gervais. Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me.
Okay, we don't have occult things, so. Lord Mortimer, the tiger is dying. On your demand, I have attacked Travancore, and personally cut the throats of as many Englishmen as possible through, though without help from the French. I cannot hold them for much longer. My forces are rapidly diminishing. In spite of your new rockets. Help us, Tipu Sahib, Sultan of Mysore. No idea what that is. Okay. So, we found a bunch of shit. But, yeah, we're... Now the objective is go find your mother. I guess I just need to go out. That's closed.
Oh, shit. How am I gonna get out of here now?
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. So, it was 19... Wait, no. It was 1191. Oh, fuck. Okay. Say... It's 1... Down. Doof. Doof. 1... 0... 2, 1, 0, 9, okay. That was 1... 0, 1, doof, doof, okay. Does that work now?
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Yes. Lower the level.
Whoa. If the grid closes a bit more every time I enter a wrong date, I'd better not mess up again.
Oh, fuck.
It seems to be working.
Okay, where was the thing about the lock? I think it was this. Damn. Okay, so we need to find a way to reopen that door without getting trapped.
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Trimore. He says, it is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in. And goes on, there are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible.
Okay. We need to be careful. So I tried to align the thing on the other side, but apparently it's not that.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Examine the lever, think about the shape of the
These
cylinder.
cylinders rotate on the same central axis, so when I enter a number on one side, it corresponds to another one on the other side.
Yeah, okay. Did I make it the wrong way? That's one. One is here. One is underneath. It was on the other side, but slanted. Now it's right. 1 1. I think I get like only like 2 more tries before I get trapped like a fucking rat. Was it the 9? 9 1? Yeah, it was 1191, right? Because it was 5190, 5190, then subtract 4000, then add a year. Yeah, 1191. I forgot something. I mean, it should be in the correct order, because on the other side it's on the opposite side. Oh wait, no. No, it is. I mean, I did add another year. I did add another year. That didn't work. And did I forget something? Like, did I forget to read something? Or did I read something and forget it? Oh, I didn't read this. Sorry, your plan is to intervene in Belgium. I have to go ahead and sit down. Just on a wheel thingy. Okay. I am occupying, I am to occupy the Prussian army, blah blah blah. Do you have any messages to give me? Okay.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. Looks like the same as the one on the other side.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was... I mean, now... I did re-add a year, so it should be the correct code on the other side. Unless... It should be on the correct... Yeah, it should be the correct code on the other side. One 191. I could try again, but I kind of don't want to waste an attempt. It's even simpler than that. Do I need to write the code like on this side? Really, it's not that simple. We got 4 numbers. Am I stupid? Holy shit. I'll explain in French. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Because I kind of don't see where you're going. Do I need to re-add 4,000 years? Quelle plage de chiffres as-tu sur ta roue? Hein? Que what? Oh no, wait. Ah, wait. Shit. I am an idiot. Yeah. Okay. I think I see what you mean. Fuck, I don't have a pen. I need something visual except fucking... I can't fucking think right now. God damn it. Three. So it would be 4, not 5. Yeah, okay, because it's 0. So this yeah, so it would be this. The 1. No, 1. No, 1 should be up. What? 1 should be opposite to 5, right? Because there's 10. Well, there's technically 10 numbers, including 0. 1 to 9 plus 0. Yeah. No, I should be correct. I should be correct. The 1 is opposite to... The 1 is opposite to 5. Because you get 6 clicks. You get 6 clicks to go to 5, and then 6 clicks to go to 1. The fuck? Am I that stupid? I mean, obviously all the numbers are inversed. What would it be? 5, 5? Yeah. What do I need to? Do I need to put it in the reverse order? I'm pretty sure it was this way. Yeah. I know. Wait. Oh yeah, no, it is. From left to right. Right, surely it's not 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, no, I am an idiot. Wait, 1 is opposite to 6. Oh my god. I am a fucking idiot. God damn it. Today is not my day. Holy shit. I am fucking stupid. Shit. 1 what was it? 1191. So 9 is opposite to 1. No. Where is 9? Here is 9. Oh, 9 is opposite to 4. There we go.
This looks like
God damn, this took me way too long to figure out. I have absolutely no excuse. Holy shit. Oh.
Well, better not dwell on it then.
Wow. You got to know Waldo. Waldo's the bird. You found a way of getting into the secret study. You found more secret study without any trouble. Well, without any trouble. I found it without any trouble. The trouble was getting fucking out of it. Thank God. The absolute state of my brain is, yeah, not very good. Conviction. Vigilance. Logic. 10 points. I kinda like questioning, but I kinda wanna have more skills that reduce the level of of shit. Cultism. Imagine having brain cells in this economy, yeah. I mean, I'm usually not too bad in fucking puzzle games, but my God, that was absolutely dreadful.
This note is about a meeting with Lord Mortimer. There's no doubt about it. Alright, I need to find out where the sword that came with it's from in order to find Mother.
Okay.
You're joking, I hope. Don't tell me you've done that.
Really? How do you expect me to guess?
Oh, for God's sake, just ask them.
Oh, look for Mother, spy on Piaggi in Volner. Oh. Why does the game ask me to make such decisions? The two are...
Okay. We must absolutely inform Sir Gregory. How long has he been trying to collect all the spears?
I must have brought him the first one 20-odd years ago.
Do you know if he has managed to get the original?
Well, in any case, he's got all the ones we had at the Vatican. He made me replace them with copies. But I don't understand your reaction. I'm sure it is nothing serious.
Aha. I can see very well you do not understand. You have done nothing less than sign our death warrants, and still you don't understand.
Someone is listening.
What? Monsieur de Richet, why not join us rather than find yourself eavesdropping?
What?
I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Of course you didn't. So, my son, what can we do for you?
Speaking of the Sword Stone, delve deeper into that discussion.
I was wondering if you might have seen an object like this, here, at the manor.
What are you playing at, de Richet?
I'm afraid I can't help you, my son. Ask someone who knows the manor better than I do. One of the servants, for example. One of them is bound to help you.
Thank you for your advice, Your Eminence.
Yes, yes.
I didn't mean to spy on you, but you caught my attention.
It seemed important. Reassure them. Pretend to know.
Your Eminence, I don't know what you said to Mr. von Volna, but the poor fellow looks positively crestfallen.
Not at all.
Don't you believe it, Louis. I was just telling Monsieur about Lord Mortimer's burning passion for holy relics. You must have noticed he's a bit of a collector. Well, for years, he has been searching high and low to bring all the copies of the Holy Spear together. As I was coming here, I thought I'd bring him a few of them. That's all.
Be quiet, for God's sake. Please leave us, monsieur. His Eminence and I wish to finish our discussion alone.
Okay. Never mind then. Okay, where could we get a servant? Masked men. Is there anybody around here? Are we going here? No. George Washington. It's been a while since we've heard Washington speak about something. And last time we tried to help him snoop around the dead girl's room. It didn't really amount to anything. Can't go into the cardinal's room. A shame. That's my room. I can't go into my room either. So fuck. There's Manuel Godoy. Oh. Millie. Let's go back down. I know there's the servant.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Ask about the sword.
Could you tell me where this sword comes from, please?
Certainly, sir. How did such a sword come into sir's hands?
I'm the one asking the questions. It's a lead to locate my mother.
I think the whole manor knows that Sarah de Richet has disappeared. And well, I'm on the case, so please give me an answer.
Very well, sir. If I were sir, I would look in the garden. This sword looks like it's from the garden statues.
And how can I get into the garden?
There are two ways, sir. The first way to get to the garden is by the hall, between the conference room and the portrait gallery. The second way is directly through the portrait gallery. Sir would just have to go out by the French windows.
Thank you, my good man.
Ah, yes. Okay. Portrait gallery is over there. I think. So yeah, through here, then we have the library. Then we have the portrait gallery. God damn. Fucking running like a boop 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 boop. Alright, portrait gallery. Ah! Washington.
Is everything all right, my young friend?
Wonderful.
Isn't that lovely? Well, see you later.
Okay.
The sword probably came from this garden, but
okay.
What could it have been used for? Ariadne
Doesn't appear to be missing a sword.
Theseus get through the labyrinth. Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart.
Oh. Remember your lessons.
Let's see.
Examine the crack.
A crack as long as my finger.
Press the sword into the crack.
If I recall the Iliad, Ariadne is none other than the daughter of Minos and Pasiphae. She was in love with Theseus and helped him in his quest to kill the Minotaur in return for a promise of marriage if he defeated the monster. She gave him a reel of thread so that he could find his way back through the labyrinth, which was famous for being unsolvable. But once the beast was slain, the gallant was quick to abandon her on an island. Turns out heroes are not what they once were.
Okay. I don't think the sword goes into the butt crack of the statue.
Here's the famous Ariadne's thread, thanks to which, if I remember rightly, Theseus avoided getting lost in the labyrinth.
Well, yes, but... Fuck. Oh. Oh, this guy.
Well, Monsieur de Richet, what brings you here?
Fresh air. Fuckface.
I just happened to be passing.
Of course you were. Say no more. I will take my leave. I certainly don't want to be mixed up in your plans.
Yeah, fuck off. I think that's better for everybody. Over here. Oh. Oh.
A ruble.
Oh, a ruble again. A lot of Russian currency. That's the second we find. Oh. We're here.
I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much.
Well, there must be something going on there.
There's a hand. Oh, this is clearly a fucking hidden staircase. Let me try and follow the thread first. It goes back here like this.
Theseus, son of Aegeus. He's the one who slayed the Minotaur.
Okay. Notice the
A
crack.
has been made on his torso. It's as long as a finger. I'd say between 6 and 8 centimeters.
Hmm.
I wonder if Mother managed to solve this enigma.
Oh, there's a crack here too. What the fuck?
Minos, son of Zeus and Europa. If I remember correctly, he was the king of Crete. Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her thread. Hey, there's a crack in that statue.
Well, I'm guessing it's all the same cracks. Okay. Okay, has one.
Asterion. It is rare to see him like this. In general, he's represented with the head of a bull, with the features of the Minotaur.
The famous son of Minos and Pasiphae.
Okay.
Asterion was the son of Pasiphae and Minos, or rather the result of a curse put on Minos.
Minos was punished for betraying Poseidon. Of course, as strangely it often happens, it wasn't he who was punished, it was his wife. She had to mate with a bull, no less. From that union, Asterion was born, who everyone knows as the famous Minotaur. Rejected by Minos, he was shut up in the labyrinth so he could never leave. And, as if that wasn't bad enough, he died by the hand of a hero desperate to restore his reputation.
Okay.
Technically, Asterion is the victim of the story because he's described as a child cast out from birth. Born from an extramarital union because of the errors of his father, he was treated as an outcast all his life. And he died as innocently as he was born. A tragic story, as the Greeks knew how to do so well.
I mean, he's got a couple of swords stabbed into him already.
Right. We'll soon see.
Right, fuck it.
Sorry, Asti. Yet again, your story does not end well.
Okay. Examine the slag. The slab. Read the message on the
The
plaque.
just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities. It looks like this slab moves. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a passageway underneath it.
It's up to the just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities.
Truth unlocks all possibility.
What is that? Looks like a sort of opening mechanism.
And study the mechanism. Okay. Press. Ouch.
What's wrong?
God damn it.
Either I'm imagining things or my hand was pricked.
Okay, so it wasn't
It had
that.
poison on it. My head. I feel hot.
What is this? A key with the occult earth symbol. Okay.
Pasiphae, daughter of Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete.
Okay. Notice something.
She has no cracks. For once justice is done, she won't pay for the errors of the others.
Okay.
I seem to recall that her fate was not something you'd want. She was punished for the sins of her husband. She had to mate with the sacred bull of Poseidon. 9 months later, she gave birth to Asterion, better known as the Minotaur. It's crazy to see to what extent women have always been mistreated. When they're not harpies, gorgons, and other witches, they become victims.
So,
Alright,
should we go
let's
and
continue
stab
anyways.
the husband then? Whatever his name is. This guy. Immunities. Yeah, it's this one. Can I retake the
Asterion.
sword? Remove the sword. Right.
Minos.
Observe the crack.
Is in the region of the heart.
Thrust. Okay. Nothing happened. Who's that guy over there? Oh, wait. I go through here. Does he have a crack?
Daedalus. He's the architect of the labyrinth, and if I'm not mistaken, he's also the father of Icarus.
Remember the observe
Hey,
the crack.
There's a crack in this statue too. The crack is thin and about as long as a finger.
Okay, so it's the same crack. So I mean, okay, so in my head, the what would be the story? Well, the plaque says that, oh yeah, it's the Minos that like sinned and basically was his wife was punished. So, and the plaque said, "Oh, blah blah blah. The just will be the judges and shit like this."
Icarus.
So, it doesn't have any cracks.
The son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, they came unstuck and he fell to his death. Pity.
Remember the name? There is something different. Yeah, there is no
Hey,
crack.
There's no crack here. Well, let's keep going.
So yeah, for me, the the culprit points to Minos. Really. How horrible am I as a GM? Last week a player attacked a mummy, but didn't consecrate the body. This week they'll find the mummy and another mini-boss alongside it. It's always Minos. Well, yeah, but I kind of don't want to. Well, whiter. Kind of don't want to waste my shit. How do we go to the center again? I mean, the sword is inside of Minos right now. Alright, press again. There we go, yeah. Okay, that was pretty obvious. Oh god. That is blood. Go! Oh, vision. Flashback time.
Again?
Alright, what are we gonna see this time?
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
Agreed? I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now get out.
What was that? That's the third time in 3 days.
Once a day, not too bad. But yeah, I was starting to think that Mr. Holm, Gregory Holm, was looking mighty suspicious.
Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
Okay. Where are we? In the catacombs. Ooh.
Amber crystals.
Nice. The crypt. Not too far off.
Bandages. Someone's been patching themselves up. Looks like my mother took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes.
Notice something. Inspect the bandages.
These bandages are pretty basic. She'll be lucky if she doesn't get an infection. There are patches where the blood isn't totally clotted. That's a good sign, right? She changed them recently, which proves she's still looking after herself and still believes in her chances. Well, I'd love to tell her to keep hanging in there.
Okay. Oh, a coin. Go. Oh. That's just a dead servant.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Somebody's gonna find us here again with cadaver.
Don't move!
Wait, I'm not armed.
Who are you?
Good God, Mother, what have you...
Tell me who you are!
We found Mum! We found Mother! Okay. Convinced PRG, blah blah blah. Okay. I could have inspired Peru to trust me. Oh yeah, I don't care about Peru. He could go fuck himself for all I know. Okay. Come on, one last chapter, please. Please. The story is getting really interesting in my opinion. There we go, we got everything. We pretty much got everything. Now it's just to max out shit. Why not? Let's go. Ah, shit. No. Fuck. God, I kind of want to continue. Ah. Fuck. Ah, there was only 3 chapters on this. So like, there's 3 more on the next one? Yeah. Ah, fuck. Well, I guess it'll be, we'll have to be patient. God, I really want to know. I really want to know the next thing. Really interesting, to be honest. Alright. So we are going to end it here. As we are only going to do 1 chapter, or one episode per stream. So it'll be the next stream of the council will be so next Wednesday. Yes. Next Wednesday, but I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. I don't know what. But we'll see. It's not going to be the council because that's the single player, quote unquote, game of the moment. So it's only confined to Wednesdays and Thursdays. But yeah. Bonk, bonk. Okay. So, as always, thanks everybody for hanging around. Thank you for all the help for my... thank you for the help for the puzzle. I made it despite being incredibly stupid. But yeah, it's always appreciated. And yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. It's always fun, and I'll probably see you tomorrow for, I don't know yet. Maybe some Elite Dangerous. Why not? Alright. I'll wish you all good night. Bye-bye.